Hi, my name is Seema. I am a partner and director at the Boston Consulting Group. I've been with the firm a long time now. I've been with the firm 20 years, straight out of business school. I had an engineering degree from Chandigarh and then an MBA from IIM Calcutta. Within BCG, I have done a variety of things. For the first 6-7 years, I was doing regular commercial consulting, largely focused on financial services and telecom. And for the last 13 odd years, I have systematically built up a social impact and development practice at BCG. We work with foundations, government, as well as NGOs. It's a commercial practice. I lead it in India, and more recently, I have also begun leading it in our Asia Pacific region. Actually, it was not always on the cards for me. I'm one of those few people, I think nowadays, who went straight from engineering to MBA without any work experience. So I did my engineering and immediately went to Calcutta. And as recruiting season approached, I genuinely had no clue about what I wanted to do. In spite of having done a summers in a manufacturing industry, I did not know what I really wanted to do. So consulting to me at that point of time was just a place which allowed me the maximum diversity in terms of experiences, in terms of the kinds of projects that I would do, in terms of the kinds of companies that I would work for. Also, it was considered a great career, good pay packages, all of that. So it felt like a choice by default at that point of time. I felt quite lucky to have gotten that choice. But no, it wasn't always a well thought out career. It just happened to be the right career. When I joined, I thought I was joining for 2 years, and it's been 20 now, and I'm still going strong. I would say 3 or 4 things. Firstly, more than I think core intelligence, I think what someone needs is what we call success-oriented behavior. Someone who's willing to take any challenge, any problem, and really apply themselves hard to it, do whatever is needed to make it successful. So we need to see that go-getter attitude, that perseverance, that ability to work hard and to do what is needed to get the job done. So that's the first one. Second, many people don't realize it, but consulting is very much a people business, both within the firm in terms of working in teams, but also with clients. At the end of the day, your job is not only to solve hard problems, but it is to actually convince the people that you're working with, the organizations that you're working with, that the answer that you've got to is the right one for them, to inspire them, to build a relationship with them. So people skills, teamwork skills is the second thing which is extremely important. And the third thing I think, which people might find surprising, is humility. We all come from backgrounds where we've all done very well, and hence, there's, for good reason, we feel quite proud of ourselves. But all I can say is that consulting is extremely challenging. You're exposed to many new challenges, you're exposed to many difficult tasks, and you need to have the humility to be able to say, there are things that I don't know. There are things that I will actually have to learn. There might be moments when I am wrong. There might be moments when I am not the best one in the room. And that humility is very important to be able to learn, to go up the learning curve, and to become a better and better consultant over time. So, my genuine hope, and that's why I love going to campuses as well, is to actually, there's a lot of, consulting has a halo around it. It's that day zero job, which pays really well. You get to travel quite a bit. And many people are attracted to consulting without actually knowing what consulting truly is. So my, aspiration, whether I go to campuses and talk or, through this series, which I'm super excited about, is to first just even, educate and talk to people about what consulting really is. What happens inside a consulting firm? What does a project look like? What do careers in consulting feel like? I strongly believe, that people need to make choices for themselves rather than make choices based on this is the first day zero job. So my first objective would be to just educate people on what consulting is, to talk to them about what consulting is, and to just have a conversation around that. And then for those who are deeply interested in consulting, I would love to talk about what happens inside, how do you prepare for consulting, what will make you successful within a consulting firm, and have some of those conversations. So, if you're getting into a business school soon and want to have exposure to what are the types of options that you may have at the end of business school, this is probably the right time to start learning and right time to start exploring. So this definitely makes sense for you. If you've already been in business school, have already been there for a year, and are starting to think about placement season, starting to think about consulting in a very serious manner, I would be very happy to talk about how to think about preparing, how to think about positioning yourself, how to use the next 6 months much more effectively. And look, honestly, it could be someone mid-career as well, right? Consulting now takes a lot of people who are lateral entrants. So if you're already someone who has finished their MBA, who has gone on to do something else, but would still like to consider consulting, this could be possibly interesting for them as well. And the last thing I'd say is that for this session, for the series of sessions, I am going to be donating all of my proceeds to an organization which works with LGBTQ community in Calcutta. It's called Sappho for Equality, and those people will also very much benefit from this series of 5 sessions. I'm one of those people who loves going to campus. I literally go to campus, whether it be one of the IITs that we recruit from, one of the IIMs or other business schools, literally every month. And through the pandemic, have definitely been missing that. I'm genuinely super excited about the next 5 sessions with all of you. We've been doing a lot of prep behind it. We'll also take a lot of feedback as we go through the 5 sessions in terms of what you want to hear. So I am super excited about the next masterclass. I hope so are you.